Hello everyone, and welcome to Sadurdays. Wait, that's a mouthful. It's like I should be able to just say it like Saturdays, but now it's got to be Sadurdays. So for today's episode, I'm looking at some sad pastas. Some of them were on the creepypasta site, and others were on the wiki or something to that effect. The sources will be in the description, so no worries. Now, might I advise that you get yourself a comfortably soothing drink and maybe a box of tissues in case any of these strike a chord with you. And our first one is instant messaging. It all started on the 14th night of March, the night of my parents' 20th wedding anniversary. Of course, this was a formal occasion, so I had my best suit on. It was 5:33 and I was just straightening out my tie when my phone went off. I'd received a message. That's strange, I thought. That never happens. I checked the message. It was from my mum. It was quite the jumble of numbers and letters, but through the vocabulary stew I could make out one legible phrase. "Please help me." It should go without saying this worried me greatly, so I immediately replied, "Are you okay?" Just as instantly I got another one which read, "Oops, pocket text." I said with all the relief I had and continued to prepare myself. A few minutes later I received yet another message, this time from my dad. I checked the text and once again it was a massive mixture of letters and numbers with the words, "Please help me," concealed within. Creepy though this was, my dad was always a joker, so I presumed he was just joking around, until I was sent another saying, "Oops, pocket text." Now this sparked panic, pure unmistakable panic. Exactly half a minute passed when I received the exact same two messages from my sister. This could not be coincidental, it just couldn't. In a state of sheer anxiety, I started to run into the restaurant. I made about a quarter of the way before I stopped by a police officer. "Main road's closed," he said. "Huge car crash." This was the exact moment I realized what had happened. I demanded to see the wreckage, a request which I was surprised was allowed. When I got there, it wasn't the remnants of the car that caught my eye, nor the flames billowing from the destroyed vehicle. No, I was horrified to see the lifeless corpses of my mother, father, and sister. I asked for the estimated time of deaths, and all three of them were killed instantly by the collision at 5:32. Oh, so it took at least a minute for the messages to get sent. That's pretty grim. And the next one is called "It Hurts a Bit." I don't really remember what happened before it all went dark. I think I was in a car. All I can remember was the loud noise, some screech of metal on metal, and then nothing. I woke up in this beeping place. I'm not sure where I am because I can't seem to open my eyes. Silly, isn't it? I can definitely feel the blanket on top of me and the beep, beep, beep beside me, but I can't open my eyes to talk or move. People come to poke at me every now and then, and I always try to talk to them. Can someone tell me what's happened to my eyes? I can't open them. I try to say, but my vocal cords don't seem to want to cooperate. So I guess I'll just wait. These people seem to know what they're doing. They poke in the same places every time, sometimes with their fingers, sometimes with a sharp thing with no name. They don't say much, these people. Just come, poke, sigh, and go. Someone opened my eye today and held a flashlight over it. It hurt, and I couldn't tell them to stop, but just the movement of my eyes, felt amazing. Did you know that if you don't open your eyes for a long time, they can stick to your eyelids? I didn't. Do now. It didn't hurt though, it just felt good when it unstuck. Someone's been holding my hand and reading me stories. They're 7 chapters into Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets now. I tell them that I've already read them, but I can't. They hold my hand sometimes and just sit with me, so it's just me, them, and the beep, beep, beep. I think it's my mom. She was crying today. I wanted to make her happy and not sad, but something's definitely wrong with my arms because I couldn't hug her better. I'll have to tell her when I can that I wanted to help. Some people came into the room while Mom was crying and said that she shouldn't leave and that she shouldn't be here for this. But I didn't recognize the voice and I didn't want Mom to go. I was scared. She cried louder and said, "No, he's still there." And I wanted to shout, "Of course I am. Where would I have gone?" And everyone left. Mom came back a bit later sniveling. She sat down and started crying a bit louder and louder until she was almost screaming. And then she hit me right in the face. I couldn't tell what I'd done wrong, but she hit me again and again and again and again. And I couldn't say sorry or cry or stop her. Only sit there until the men came and took her away. Two of these men stayed, though, and they were mumbling and I couldn't make out what they were saying until I caught the word coma. I wanted to scream, shake, jump up and slap him in the mouth. But I couldn't say stop, couldn't say please, I'm here, I can hear you, please don't do this. Nothing. I could only sit there while they poked me with a sharp thing with no name. That must be a needle. The beep, beep, beep turned into a beep, beep, and I felt myself get tired. I wanted to ask what they were doing, what they thought it would help to slow the beeping down, but I couldn't. I was screaming at the top of my lungs, but I wasn't moving. I don't want to die. I don't want to fade away. I need to hug Mom, tell her everything's okay. Tell her I'm here and I'm fine. But I don't think I'll get the chance now. Beep. Beep. And that was... It hurts a bit. Wow, that was very grim and certainly well described, though I think they might want to relook at the pronouns. I should mention for this video, I didn't want to really alter the material with Grammarly, both for time constraints and secondarily for the fact that sometimes the grammar suggestions it suggests end up making it sound worse or more awkward to read out loud than if I just accept that maybe there's a few grammatical problems here and there and just read with it. But yeah, I'll arbitrarily go from either editing it or not, depending on, both time and, whether I think it could sound better if someone went and revamped it in any way. Our next one's called Dear Michael. December 22nd, 2012. Dear Michael, hey babe, I haven't heard from you in a while. I just wanted to check in. I've missed you so much since summer. I wanted to write you about how much I'm looking forward to seeing you again on Christmas. My mother and I are making those cookies you loved last time. It sucks that we live so far away from each other, but I still love you, so get over here on Christmas and let me show it. Love, Maria. December 26th, 2012. Dear Michael, now first and foremost, I wanted to say I'm not angry with you at all. I know you have a very busy life now that you've gone away for school. I still love you and I hope you had an amazing Christmas. I was sure you would come, but I remember my mother saying something about something happening to you so you couldn't come. It's alright, I'm sure it was more important than driving all the way out here just for a dinner. I really hope to see you sometime during your holiday, babe. Love, Maria. January 1st, 2013. Dear Michael. Hey babe, I just wanted to check on you again. I was shopping and saw a bunch of those hats you love to wear on sale. They reminded me of you, so I picked one up for you. I really look forward to giving it to you once you come visit. Can't wait. Love, Maria. January 7th, 2013. Dear Michael, do you remember the time we took your father's boat out to the bay? You took me in your arms and told me that one day we'd have a family together. We'd live on a riverside house together. We'd have 2 dogs and 2 sweet little girls. We would care for each other. You said one day when you're done with college, you'd take me to see the world and you'd buy us our own boat so we can go out there on the cove with our children and enjoy life. I don't know why, but I'm really missing you right now. Again, I know you're busy, but please try to visit soon. I know you're trying your best. I'll see you soon. I can't stop thinking about you. No one understands. It's their loss. They're just jealous. I should make them go away. There's no one here. I miss you. Love, Maria. January 13th, 2013. Dear Michael, I had a friend over in my room, so I told her about the letters I've been sending you. I also told her about how long I'd been waiting for you to come visit. She said that you would never come. I don't know why she was so mean like that. I thought it was really rude. I got mad at her and I yelled at her to leave. I didn't want people to talk about you like that. Why would anyone say that you were not coming? I know you are. I know you'll be here any minute. And I'll be standing in my door waiting for you. Maybe you've already come and I've been busy or asleep or something. I'm so stupid then. My mom isn't any help. She doesn't like you, especially now. You'll prove everyone wrong when you get here and then they'll go away. Love you, babe. January 17th, 2013. Dear Michael, I miss you so much. I kind of expected you to have come by right now. And I want to introduce you to my friends, but since you're so busy, and I get that, I invited them all over and we talked about you. Well, to be honest, only one friend actually showed up. The others went away. We spent Friday night talking about you. I just went on and talked about how you had an amazing smile and how you made all my problems go away when you held me in your arms. I don't know why, but after a while, the friend I hadn't invited ran into the room. She had tears in her eyes and was holding her hands to her eyes. She left right afterwards and didn't even say goodbye. I guess she was so excited and happy for me that you were coming to visit, or maybe she was just jealous of how perfect of a boyfriend you are. I'm getting that vibe from a lot of people for some reason. I don't know why. When you get here, we need to go away together, just the two of us. I'm tired of people. They're not you, so they're nobody. Can't wait to see you. Love, Maria. January 20th, 2013. Dear Michael, I miss you so much. Yesterday I locked myself in my room one morning and daydreamed about you. My mother barged in and yelled at me for not going to school, though. She says I can't write any letters to you anymore. She said that you were never coming. Even worse, after school, a couple of my close friends came over. They all talked to me like I was stupid for some reason. They all said I couldn't write any letters to you anymore. They said you were never coming. How are they all jealous of me? You'll show them. I thought they were my friends too. You're my only real friend. Don't worry about the others. I can make them go away. It's fun. I've done it with a lot of people already. It's so easy. You'll show them. I can't wait for you to come. I know you'll come and you'll hold me and all my problems will go away. Please come. I miss you. Please come. January 22nd. Dear Michael, I'm sorry. I've been expecting so much of you. I know you're really busy. I know you're trying your best to come to me. I'm only making you feel guilt by pinning all my problems on you. I'm only giving you more to worry about. How selfish of me. I'll come to you, Michael. Then we can have our boat together. We can raise our children together. We can be together. I can't believe I was being so stupid. I am so stupid. Sorry, I just can't think right now. You'll always make it better. I'll be right there. God, I'm stupid, and I've been this entire time. I'm sorry. I must sound like a horrible person. You're busy and smart, and you are helping people, and I'm just being dumb. What kind of a person am I? I'm so sorry I've been so horrible to you. I'll be right there. Love you forever, Maria. Maria Coling was found in her bedroom late last night, January 22nd, 2013. She'd hung herself. There were two things found on the bed. One was a packet comprising of the above letters. The second was a newspaper clipping. The article on the newspaper clipping was entitled "College Student Killed in Fatal Highway Accident." The article in the newspaper is dated December 25th, 2012. It was said that her eyes gave a look as if it was worth it. Now, a couple things. It would seem based on the ending there that she was trying to write letters to a guy who had already died, which is why she took her life. Second, I actually knew somebody that I met through a MMORPG some time ago, and she was always going on and on about this, person who had this amazing voice, was just funny as hell, and lived in Australia, but she's living here in America. And she was like, oh yeah, I'm going to visit him someday, and I only want to live 49 years if that's not to be the case, or, she had all these different things she'd go on and on about, and I'm thinking, man, that really kind of hit close to home on that side of things for the most part. That is, I can imagine she'd be the exact type of person that would do that for that person. And I don't know where she is now, but I did happen to meet up with her at one time at an In-N-Out in Garden Grove. But apparently she's from several states away, I think. I don't know what in the world she was planning to do, driving her car by herself, and I don't know what kind of income or money she would have had on her. But I just hope whatever happened, she either came to her senses and turned back and made it home okay, or she did make her dream a reality somehow. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say about that particular one. Our next story is Right Through Me. Written by Anonymous Man Under Your Bed. Exclamation part DNRTNUTOSS. Sirens blare through the night sky in a haze of flashing red lights. I slowly opened my eyes, thoroughly confused about what was going on. I was in my car, the windscreen in front of me shattered to bits. My head was throbbing something awful. I looked beside me and there she was, knocked unconscious, or worse, dead. It all came back to me in a flash. The missteer, the car smashing into the side of the building. I tried to remember what I'd tried to avoid, which caused me the fateful swerve, but my mind drew a blank. Ambulances had already arrived on the scene. There were a couple of paramedics prying the passenger's side door loose, pulling her out and placing her on a gurney. I stumbled out of the car, myself relatively uninjured by the crash, it seemed. Besides the headache, I didn't seem to have any other major injuries. She was rushed to a nearby ambulance in a haze of frantic EMT activity and general medical mumbo-jumbo. I tried to overhear what the situation was, but I couldn't make out the words clearly. I realized my ears were ringing, probably part of the headache. In a confused daze, I automatically climbed into the back of the ambulance with her, fighting every throbbing cell in my brain. I attempted to shout a few words of encouragement to her unconscious body. Paramedics probably just assumed we were together, having been in the same vehicle, and didn't object to me tagging along. In fact, they barely seemed to care I was in for the ride. And by chance stumbled out to the sidewalk. Catching up to her, I saw her being wheeled to a room and left in the waiting area. I rushed in after the group of nurses surrounding her stretcher. Another vague exchange of medical jargon between an ER doctor and his nurses. And from nowhere, an ominous-looking device, understood to be a defibrillator, emerged. The doctor moved swiftly before he had a chance to clear the room of people, namely me. Vaseline the cold metal plates and zapped her. Nothing. Repeated the action 3 more times before she spurred suddenly to life. At that moment, all the stress in the world seemed to be lifted off my little shoulders. She was alive. All this time I was more or less sure she would have been. But there was that little voice talking to me in the back of my head saying, "She's gone." She opened her eyes slowly amidst hacking and coughing, and eventually they met my relief-drenched gaze. In that moment, my feeling of euphoria vanished. Something about the way she looked at me broke my heart. Why? I didn't know. A single tear escaped her eye and rolled down her cheek. And that's when the doctor turned and walked right through me. Wow. So I guess that guy was dead. Well, that was certainly an interesting way to end the show for the most part. So I'm guessing when he stumbled out of the ambulance, he must have hit his head so hard that instant death, either that or he didn't realize that he had just died by the moment he got there. Either that or his ghost was escorting her the whole time. And his body was, but then if you didn't see his body, Anyway, this has been Saturday, and I thank you for watching, and I hope I've helped you release some pent-up emotions, and if not, I hope you at least enjoyed, the amusement factor of whatever I provide. Thank you, and see you next week.